Hi everybody, Wednesday again, so time for some more yoga. Today we're going to take it a little bit more slowly. You're going to take some time in some poses and see how it feels to do a style of yoga we call yin yoga. Let's make a start and I'll talk you through it, okay? So today we will start in a seated pose. So however you feel comfortable to sit. Find your way there. And you could sit against a wall. You could prop yourself up. I'm just having a look with what. You could take a blanket or a cushion. Maybe even sit like on a book, right? Just to lift the hips up a little, and that might help straighten the spine out. And some of you might have been working quite a bit, maybe on computers and stuff, doing your homeschooling. And some of you might be in some habits with the shoulders that draw the shoulders forward. You have that muscle, the pec minor, that attaches the ribs to the shoulders. This muscle can get a little bit short. Yeah, especially with doing things like this, or certain things that you might do when you're being physical or sporty. It can depend what the sport is. So take your time to see if you can really lengthen out the spine. So you might sort of rock a little bit, lift up through the crown of the head. So the crown of the head is that top part there. And you might rest your hands in your lap. You might rest them on the knees. Maybe your palms are up. It's a different sort of feeling, right? If we put our hands down, it's about containing the energy in your body. And then palms up has a different feeling. It's like sort of like you might be gathering something. So just see how that feels just by changing that. And then you can just choose where they rest. So when you found your seat, close down the eyes. And begin to take some time to notice your breath. Stay there with your eyes closed and keep breathing in a way that feels nice for you. Even if you have a little scratch that you want to itch, or if you want to move, how can you just keep drawing your attention to your breath to encourage the body to stay in some stillness? That way you really feel the details of all of the breath. The beginning of your inhale, the middle part of your inhale, the end of your inhale, a little pause. And then what is the exhale like? Okay. Slowly allow the eyes to open. Great. So taking a look where you are and just looking into your surroundings. Have a little shift. You probably want to move now, right? Let's sweep the hands behind, clasp them, roll the shoulder blades together, and then just have a little stretch through the front of the chest, staying in your seated pose. Take your clasped hands, reach them up. That's it. Push down into the bones you sit on and really lift up through the heel of the hands. Big inhale now. Exhale, reach even further. Good. Inhale. And then exhale, arms out to the sides. Awesome. From here, thumbs go up to the ceiling. Take an inhale, reach the arms apart, big stretch, and then exhale, turn the thumbs down, curling to the shoulders, curl through the spine. Inhale, lift up, thumbs up to the ceiling, good, and then exhale, curl through. Inhale, lift up. It's going to be two more like that, so your arms might feel a little warm in the shoulder area. Exhaling down. Inhaling, come up. Great, well done. Okay, let the arms slowly come down by the sides. You're going to take your right leg out and press the left sole of the foot into the inside of the right thigh. Take your left hand down towards your shin, your knee, or maybe in front of the leg. And as soon as you do that, you'll feel the spine curl, right? Curve to one side. And a lot of space now in the left side of your upper body and space between the ribs. Okay. This is what yin is. It's coming into a shape, finding somewhere where you can be still, and then holding for a bit of time. So I'm going to guide you through it, okay? So maybe lift up the left hand. All right. And then begin to reach across, and you'll really feel a lot of space down the left side of the body. Now, I want you to drop your right ear to your right shoulder and let the head be heavy. You might even take your right hand and just hold the head. Yes, it can rest in that. Yeah, we call this pose of the thinker, right? And then right arm comes up to the ceiling. Turn your thumb away from the body. Soften the elbow and let the hand drop behind your back. All right. Close down the eyes. Inhale and exhale. Some of these shapes are really useful for helping gradually build that mobility and flexibility. So staying here for a bit more time, you switch your muscles off, relax into the shape. Inhale and exhale. Try this. Take your left shoulder and wrap it round the spine. Inhale and exhale, making more space at the front of that left shoulder. So that pec minor muscle I told you about that wants to draw us forward, we draw our shoulder back, opening up at the front of the chest and the front of the left shoulder. All right, everybody. Another inhale and exhale. Slowly unravel that left arm you had tucked behind you. Maybe reach up and just sort of roll through the wrist. Take the hand down and then let your right hand and arm do all of the work. Begin to lift the head up. My head is heavy, 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 heavy. I can feel my spine stacking. Head's gonna stack last. And there we go. Take a moment there, you might feel that stretch as well, or the little stress we've put on that side of the neck. And just have a moment now. Okay. From here, you're going to take in the right leg and take the left leg out. So same thing on the other side. So begin to take your arm down, leaning the spine over the left leg. Take hold of the head and rest the weight of the head into the hand. All right. Then you can see what it feels like to lift up the right arm and to reach it up and maybe across. Just check that's okay on your back. Big breath in and out. Loads of space for that right lung, right? And then when you're ready, lift the hand up, turn the thumb away, soften the elbow, tucking the arm behind. Close down the eyes. Use your next inhale to draw the right shoulder blade round the spine. Exhale, soften it down. Loads of space at the front of the right shoulder. And can you be still? Another big inhale and exhale. And then slow release of that arm that's tucked behind, turning the thumb into the body and taking the hand down. The weight of the head is in the hand, and then you draw, well, you guide it, back up. So don't use your neck muscles. Allow those just to enjoy that new space. Good. And then a little massage. I don't know if any of you have ever had like a head massage, or maybe when you've been to the hairdressers, they've kind of washed your hair and done that. I love it, where they kind of get their finger pads and really rub quite hard. So you can come down the side of your neck and then the hairline and just massage down there. Especially if you've been on your computer a lot and doing this, right? This all comes into these neck muscles. These neck muscles, everyone, are part of your breathing muscles as well. You've got 3 here called the scalenes, and they're accessory breath muscles. So this is really important for you on your swimming journey and your fitness journey and the health generally throughout your life, okay? So when you're ready to, come to that familiar position. We're going to do a little bit of flow and then some more yin, okay? So this is where you sort of know these movements. So good to return to. So on hands and knees. Great. Little work for the spine after that, curling from side to side. Spinal health, one of the most important, right? So you exhale, round through the spine. And then inhale, forearms down, draw yourself forward. Exhale. And then inhale, so rippling like an ocean wave. Everything's a little bit slower today as we explore a bit of yin yoga. Two more. Okay, coming into that tabletop. Let's just work the core really gently. Okay, so taking your right leg back, squat on the toes, and just have a stretch of the leg first of all. Might as well get that in there. I'm just rocking a little here. And then you're going to lift the right leg up, but make it parallel to the floor. So even if you could lift it high, that's not what we're doing here. Right toes down towards the floor. Good. Pull up the ribs. Remember when I've taught you that? And you engage in the abdominals. So really different from being here to pulling up and using your core. Good. Okay. From here, can you turn the toes so they go away from the body? And then lift the leg a little higher. Take the leg down. Turn the toes down. Nice. Keep pulling up. Good. Turn the toes to the side. Little lift. We're also strengthening one of the glute muscles, the butt muscles. Turn the toes down. Keep the abdominals working. Good. Turn the toes. Lift a little. Good. Take the foot down. Turn the toes. Nice. Then from here, can your left hand go forward and lift up, and you're going to reach, yeah? You're reaching, 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 lower abdominals, pulling up, big inhale, and then exhale out on the diagonal. Inhale into the center. Good, exhale out. Inhale in, balance as well, and then exhale, come down. Well done, everybody. Push back into a child's pose, stretch out. Little bit of time here before we do the other side, so I want you to just focus on the breath. Feeling the space in the lower back and the stretch through the shoulders. And then slowly coming back up. Good, tabletop. So remember taking now the left leg long, so it's parallel with the floor. Pull up in the lower belly. And then turning the toes out to the side and then lifting a little. Take the leg down. Turn the toes down to the floor. Turn the toes out to the side. Lift up, little pulse. Using the side of the butt muscle underneath as well. And then come down and turn the toes down. Good, keep pulling lower belly up, I keep forgetting. Turn the toes out to the side. Lift up. Coming down. Turn the toes down. One more. Toes to the side. Lift. Good. Come down. Toes down. Nice. Right arm forward, so opposites. Lift and reach. Good. Keep pulling up lower belly. Then inhale, diagonal. Exhale back to center. Inhale out. Exhale. Inhale out. Exhale. Ooh, good. Knee comes down. Another child's pose. Maybe you stack your fists and make a pillow for the head. Maybe for you it felt good your arms going forward. So whatever feels nice there. Okay. And when you're ready to, nice work everybody, so we're going a lot slower, right? We're just going to have a little stretch in downward dog and forward fold and then come to some yin poses. Bring yourself to tabletop, tuck your toes, lift your knees, use your core, right? Lifting your knees and then press your hips up. So you might be moving your feet. Having a little stretch here. Again, think long spine. That's the most important thing. Long spine. Take your left leg forward, land it near your left hand, and then walk your hands to the center. You know this one, turn your toes in, wide-legged forward fold, but we spend a bit more time there. Your hands can come down, bend your knees if it feels too much in your lower back or the back of your legs. And I want you to let your head be heavy, so I'm looking at you. See now if you can't look at me and just let your head go heavy. Maybe you're moving a little bit. How's your breath? Just taking a bit more time in the shape. All right, everybody. Slowly walk your hands back towards the left, and we're going to come into a low lunge. If you've got a cushion or a blanket, or maybe you're on your carpet, you know, you might be fine here. I'm just going to use that for my knee. And my knee is coming down on the floor for this lunge. So it's called runner's lunge, but it's a good way to get into the front of the hip. Take your hands down onto the floor, and my left knee is above my left ankle. Yeah. Okay, I'm squatting on these back toes initially, and then I'm going to release them. A little bit more time here to explore. Some of you will be able to take your forearms down onto the floor or get a cushion and put it underneath your forearms. And maybe you try that and are like, oh, it's okay for a couple breaths, but then I need to come back here. So choose where you're going to be. Close down the eyes, and then we're going to do breath count. You can release your toes now, or keep them squatting. So everybody's eyes closed, taking an inhale, and an exhale. That's breath number 10. Inhale, and exhale. 9. Inhale, and exhale. 8. Inhale, and exhale. 7. Inhale and exhale 5, 4. How still are you? 3. Inhale and exhale 2. Inhale and exhale 1. Inhale and exhale 0. Push. Come up off your forearms. If you're down on your forearms, everybody come onto your fingertips. Lift and press the hips back. Maybe you stretch out now, that front leg, the left leg. Good. Few breaths there. Nice, everybody. Okay. Left leg is going to come back and join the right. If you've got a blanket or a cushion, you can put it underneath your hips. We're going to press our hips into the floor or a blanket or the pillow. For some of us, this will be too much in the lower back. If it is, you guys are coming down onto your forearms. You know this pose, it's Sphinx or Cobra. And some of you might be pushing up a little here. Just pressing into the hips, into the floor. And a little curve, a little bit of stimulation in the lower spine. your breath like? Remember, in our yin shapes, we're really trying to relax and let the muscles become a little inactive. So we want to turn off our musculature body. Whereas the other yoga that I've been working with you on, we've been having to use our muscles because we're flowing in between. This is a bit of a different feeling. Sometimes it's a bit tricky to switch off our muscles. But we'll work a little bit on this together, okay? And it's a way that then you can get into the connective tissues in your body. This is your ligaments, your tendons, your bones, what we call the fascia. This is everywhere in your body. It's like a webbing, and it runs through the muscles, round the bones. You could think of it sort of like spider webbing, or like when you have orange segments and you can see the wrapping and how it runs through each little individual bit of sort of pulp. Yes, that's what it's like in the body. Okay, that's definitely long enough, especially if you've been where I am. So then you're going to press into the floor, lift the hips up, use a bit of the core. Yeah, and maybe just a little rock in the hips, or let your body tell you what it wants, right? Especially after you've been there for some time. So next, guys, we're going to take our right leg forward and come into a lunge. So again, you might pop something underneath your knee. You know, you're there for a while. And then the right knee on top of the right ankle. You're squatting on those back toes. Let's just adjust and take some time to be here. Okay, maybe some of you see what it feels like on this side with your forearms down. You might think, no, not on that side, and come up. And you can keep your toes or release your toes. Close down the eyes. Become still. Inhale and exhale, number 10. Inhale and exhale, 9. Inhale and exhale, 8. Inhale and exhale, 7. 6. 5. 4. Inhale and exhale, 3. Inhale and exhale, 2. 1. 0. Slowly come up off your forearms. Join us on your fingertips. Ooh, I'm still in that toe squat. I'm going to release that. And then just stretching out that front leg. Great, everybody. And then slowly taking right leg back to meet the left. Pushing back. Child's pose, whatever variation, arms stretch forward, fist for a pillow, or maybe even arms down by the side. When you're ready to, take your hands down beside your shoulders, press into the floor. Great, lifting yourself up. Nice. All right. Last pose now before we have our Shavasana. So what you're going to do here is if you've not got a pillow or blanket already, I think it'd be good for you to get one. We're going to come into pose of the resting butterfly. So I'm going to put the blanket or pillow there for my spine to rest on. And you know what? Especially if you're at home, you might just be able to quickly grab a jumper or something else. I'm going to have this blanket rolled up underneath my head. And that running along my spine, right? So here, oh, nice. Okay, so already because my head is a bit lifted, my spine is a bit lifted, that means my shoulders drop round my blanket or pillow, and I can take my arms out to the side, opening up at the front of the chest. And then you bring your soles of your feet together and let your knees come out to the side. And then the weight of the legs is just going to gently work on the inner thigh muscles. So lay back, let your head go heavy into your pillow, your blanket, your jumper, whatever you've put there. Soles of the feet join. You begin to become very still. And then here you can try some breath count and see what happens. So what we'll do is we'll inhale and exhale. I'll give you a number to start at and you'll count backwards. Now what might happen is you might get lost and you might start at 18, you go to 17, 16 and realize, oh, I started thinking about, my homework. I started thinking about swimming. I started thinking about the TV that I wanted to watch or the computer game or whatever, or what's for dinner. So you might feel that your mind wanders and that's okay. That's what the mind is going to do. And then what I want you to do, if that happens and you lose count, go back to the starting number and try again. Yeah? The most important thing is just drawing the mind back, because the mind is like a wandering thing, so busy with thoughts, right? So let's inhale and exhale. It's number 21. Inhale and exhale. 20. Inhale and exhale, 19. Keep going. And if you get lost, return to 21. Counting breath, counting numbers. If you get lost, go back to 21. If you get to 0, go back to 21. Okay. Wherever you are, if you're still counting or you're just thinking of things, doesn't matter. Let's all draw our legs together. You might need your hands to help. You might want to keep the cushion underneath your head, but maybe remove a cushion or blanket from the spine. And we're going to go into the final relaxation. So maybe your knees are up, maybe you lengthen out the legs, sort of star shape, but a gentle star. Unless you want a more active one, then you can make yourself like an active relaxation, like a star. Bring the limbs in a little, right? So important, even after that more relaxed style, to let the body fully reset. So just lay down, everybody. Let the breath settle. Nothing for you to do. And then just these words. May I be still. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be still. May I be well. May I be happy. And then very, very slowly, everyone, begin to make some stretches. If you feel you need a bit more time, you're at home, you could stay laying. But if you feel ready to, make some stretches and roll over onto one side and then bring yourself up. Then wherever you are, take your hands together. And just have a moment to see how it feels to do a practice like that. So I'll be interested to know what the experience was like for you and how it feels in your body. Do you feel a little more mobile, a little more flexible from that? Do you feel a bit more peaceful, or was it challenging? You know, how was the experience for you? So let your teachers know so I can offer what's best for you guys. It's great to do this yoga journey with you. Let's all take in a big inhale and exhale. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Lovely to see you as always.